Hey, what's up, guys? You got Marv here, and I'm doing a post-com for my Week 1 battle against Adam and his Pittsburgh Primarinas. Um, his team consists of Zapdos, Cresselia, Shaman, Vaporeon, Pangoro, Magmortar, Megalopunny, Garchomp, Klefki, Piloswine, and Haunter. And our roster consists of Tapu Koko, Gengar, Crobat, Incineroar, Serena, Alolan Raichu, Mega Scizor, Zygarde 50%, Mesprit, Seismitoad, and Snorlax. And kind of going into the battle, big threats I was worried about. You've always got to be prepared for Megalopunny. That thing is awesome. I had it in Season 2, did pretty well. I think I came one kill short of the kill leader behind Victini. Um, it's just so fast and such a threat. And I was also worried about a possible Z Garchomp. I thought Scarf Chomp was a possible bring for him to revenge Coco. Um, so I thought that was an option, but I have ways to play around that. Really prepped well for that with bringing the Serena, Scissor, Crobat, and the Mesprit, really. So I was ready for a Scarf Chomp. And really, the Zapdos, pretty scary mon, super bulky, really high special attack, too. Combo Thunderbolt, Heat Wave, and HP Ice just really wrecks me. Um, and then just toxic shenanigans and Roost and all that stuff. So I really hate Zapdos. We want to kind of play around that as well with the static and being mindful of that. So, and then Piloswine, uh, really really bulky mon. In prep, I was finding that it could take a hit from pretty much everything and then just hit back so hard. So I brought a couple of things. I thought Serena with a more offensive presence would have a good matchup here, with the Queenly Majesty being immune to Ice Shard. So yeah, those are kind of my just quick thoughts. I don't want to reveal everything because I'm quite confident I'll see Adam again in the playoffs. So I'm just going to go ahead and we're going to click play here and we'll start the match. Put this on slow. Alright, so I lead with my Serena, and as he has Garchomp, I stay in and just kind of am feeling that he may go for rocks, or, I really don't know what he's going to do, but I'm quite confident that, this is a good matchup for me. I can, take pretty much most hits well, and so I just decide to fire off the Power Whip. As I do, and I do a good damage there. He reveals not to be a Rocky Helmet set. I do 2/3 to him, so predicting him not to want to lose his Garchomp this early in the game as it being very important. I'm going to predict him to switch out, and I click U-turn here. As he goes into Zapdos, and I do click U-turn, I get a crit, doesn't really matter at all. No static, which is nice. We see leftovers. I go Zygarde, wanting to put on some offensive pressure. As he switches out, that could mean he doesn't have the HP Ice. I am weakness policy on this, so even if he went for it, I was confident that I could live it and get a fair bit of bulk on this guy. But depending on how offensive he was, could have been kind of bad, but he switches out into Vaporeon. I go for the Dragon Dance. A little aggressive, but I don't know. I thought I could really dent him if that worked out for me. But I get 1,000 arrows. Not wanting to lock myself into an outrage, and do about half to him. Not the best. Pretty bulky Vaporeon. As he goes for Scald and he burns me, and I kind of put on a little bit of a. I don't know. I was kind of upset about that, but that was risky. I deserved that. Um, but you gotta go for Scald when Zygarde's setting up in your face, and so he snags the burn. And I do know that I have the Mesprit in the back to kind of Healing Wish up. So I'm kind of forced to play a little bit more mindful with my Mesprit, keeping it around, and because I want to try and win the game with Zygarde here. So I'm going to continue here. I'm burned. I'm just like, I got to get out of here. So I go Coco. He wishes up. And I'm going to go for the Nature's Madness. Kind of a no drawback play here. So he switches into Piloswine or something like that, predicting my electric move. And then next, he's going to make a really good play. I could have predicted that, but really no reason to. I'm going to go for that Nature's Madness. Hard switch out into my Scizor. This thing still could be a Scarf Chomp here, so I go Scizor. Not really too bad. He could make a great prediction, go for like a Flamethrower or something like that. As he switches out into the Piloswine, I'm thinking this is perfect. You just fire off a Toxic onto the Piloswine to wear that thing down. It's so bulky. And I catch the Zapdos with the Toxic, which is huge. Really, really huge here. So we'll go with that. So that's fine by me. Kind of scared of the Heat Wave and the Static Paralysis. I switch out here, as does he, which is Vaporeon. And I go Mesprit. Time to get my rocks up here. Team Stealth Rocks. Boom. Best move in the game. That's going to wear him down. Over time, he goes for Toxic. Bit of a nuisance, but, Toxic's really good against me, kind of wearing down my stuff, but I'm not too worried about it. I go Coco. Tosses up a Wish. And I'm just going to go Nature's Madness again here. He gets that Wish into it. And, pretty much I go Scissor every single time when this thing comes in. An Icicle Crash does nothing to me. And that also reveals that he's really has no offensive investment at all. It's probably like a mixed defensive Piloswine. Toxic again. Goes Zapdos. Good play. And it's kind of switching things up. I go Coco. Roos. And here I was went for U-turn, predicting to him to maybe kind of wanting to switch out, fearing, electric move from me. Not wanting Zapdos to get too worn down, but he just stays in. Which, I don't know if he had to be totally afraid of my Coco, to be fair there, but, I go for the U-turn. He stays in, and, he goes for the Defog, which, that's fine. I'm just, with this Zapdos, he's really just kind of dancing around. He's roosting, he's defogging, not really going for the move. I'm still fearing this Heat Wave, though, so I am going to switch back into my Coco. And so I'm thinking here, like, okay, this can be kind of good for me. I could switch out into my Crobat, which, is fairly bulky to kind of handle this Lopunny in a way. But I'm in with my Coco right now. I don't know if I outspeed this Lopunny, if he's kind of running an Adamant set, trying to creep me. I don't know, but I can't remember at the time with Calx. I was fairly sure I could live, fake out into return. And I didn't really anticipate him going for a fake out anyways. I just didn't anticipate that. So I just stay in here and launch my Z Brave Bird, which is just, I think, is fantastic against his team. Great against Garchomp, Pangoro, Lopunny, Piloswine, and just neutrally, into the Vaporeon and as well as other members of his team. I can't remember. Yeah, it just pretty much hits everything pretty hard. So I'm going to go for that here. And I do not think that he saw this coming. He sees Coco in front of him, and he's got to smack it. It's a big threat. But see Brave Bird incoming, and shaboom. Team Stealth Rocks getting a KO here. First KO of the season to top Coco. And so there we go. He goes Pile of Swine. I'm going to switch it up, go into my Mesprit. Unfortunate there with the Icicle Crash, but he did reveal he's not attack invested. I'm not sure how much that would have done, but I'm guessing probably not. I had a fair bit of bulk on the Mesprit, physical bulk. So I get Rocks up again as he goes Vaporeon. I switch in the Crobat. Another dang Scald Burn. Not the biggest deal in the world, but it was kind of a nuisance because I am packing Brave Bird on this Crobat, and as you'll see here in just a minute, it makes a little bit of a difference, but overall, you'll see. But a bit unfortunate. He's getting those Scald Burns, kind of annoying, but Scald is the second best move in the game, probably, so it's a viable strat. And at this point, I'm just kind of amused by all the burns. Just you got to keep it lighthearted. As I go for the Super Fang, and I'm gonna just kind of sit here with this Vaporeon. Gonna roost up, Super Fang. I got the taunt, as you'll see here in a moment, as he will go for Wish. Really taunts for his, his Cresselia, Vaporeon, things of that nature. I thought that was important to bring this week. So we're kind of sitting here. I'm just gonna roost up, roost Super Fang, kind of just make some plays. I'm just sitting here, see what he wants to do. And he goes Pangoro, and I wasn't really entirely sure why. I'm going to outspeed this thing, hit it with a Super Fang, and then had I not been burned, which I mean is inevitable, as I was in there for like 5 or 6 turns with the Vaporeon, so it was going to get burned anyway, so it wasn't that big of a deal. But so I'm going to go for the Brave Bird. I think there was a very, very low chance that I could have KO'd, but he probably had some bulk. And yeah, even if he didn't, it was pretty low chance I was going to KO. But I just was going to hit what was in front of me, and I quad resist fighting. I mean, he could have gone for a dark move or what, but we'll see what he does here. I do go the Brave Bird, does 40%, which is still amazing, being burned. Recoil, and he goes for the Fire Punch. And I think that was banded based off my calcs. But I just go Brave Bird again. No, I Roost, excuse me. Because I know I can outspeed and just get back up to full. Yes, he makes a really nice play here with the Earthquake, and then fearing the Ice Shard. And again, I just go Scissor every time here, and just takes it like a champ. And so I could have went Knockoff or Bullet Punch there. I was kind of maybe thinking he would switch out, but that's alright. He makes a nice play, gets up the rocks. At this point, I just gotta go for the Psychic. I need to wear that Piloswine down. It must die. So I go for the Psychic with really no drawback. I think Pangoro is dead to rocks when it comes back in, or that's what I was kind of thinking. And even if I go for the Psychic and it comes in, I can make some plays around that. Also, I mean, it does put a little bit more pressure upon me, but Psychic, wear down that Piloswine. That's what we did there, and we catch the Zapdos, and with our special attack investment, down it goes. Must not have been a super bulky Zapdos, but that was huge. And as we were up 6-4, he goes Vaporeon into the Serena, wanting to put some Power Whip pressure as it really nails the rest of his team super effectively. aside from the Pangoro, and he gets another burn. And just, what do I got to do around here? What do I got to do? I love Vaporeon. Such a good mon. I had the nice Vaporeon in Shaman Core in NBL Season 2 with Rich. Shoutouts. And I'm just going to throw up, Serena's going to go down. I'm going to throw up my Reflect, throw up my Light Screen. And so I'm sitting pretty nice here. As down goes Serena. I've got dual screens up. It's looking good. I just go Scissor. And I thought it was a pretty no drawback play. Garchomp's down to 17%. I can KO that if he went that. Piloswine doesn't want it. Vaporeon, if he could have came in, I am packing the Toxics. I can just, start the Toxic process. And so, yeah, but I just throw off a Bullet Punch, take down the Pangoro, and we're looking pretty good here. We got our dual screens up. We got Mega Scizor. I go for the Toxic. That's more important than worrying about another Scald Burn. He throws up a Wish, which I wasn't too concerned about that. But I go for the U-turn now. Zapdos gone, so I can freely do that. Into the Mesprit. And so I'm starting to think about the end game here. And just if the Toxic's, wearing this thing down, I'm just like, I'm going to Healing Wish into the Zygarde. And we're going to make it happen. The screens are up. Scalds aren't doing nearly enough through the screens to take down the Mesprit. I'm also packing the Iapapa Berry, which I'm going to get into here fairly soon. And then, we got a couple of Toxics or Psychics we're going to throw off, excuse me. And we'll just see kind of what happens here. Still concerned about a Scarf Chomp in the back, but it can't lock itself into Dragon Claw, Outrage, or Earthquake. I can play around that. So now I'm going to dip into Iapapa range, boost up there with my health, feeling good. I'm just going to throw off another Psychic, boom, and Toxic doing its thing. I live one more Scalds. I think. I don't know. He could have scalded. But either way, the game is pretty much in hand. And so I Healing Wish into the Zygarde, and we're going to be doing pretty well. Curing the burn. Zalapuran, the big boy, coming in. And we're going to do well. A little Dragon Dance. You must Scald Burn me again. I'm just like, I swear to goodness. But, nah, he goes for the Wish. That Toxic's really wearing him down, pressuring him to kind of raise up that health. As we go the 1,000 Arrows, and we got the Outrage. And here we go. Didn't really need the Weakness Policy boost, but we were packing it this week. And, yeah, GG to Adam. Still kind of worried about a Scarf Chomp back here. But again, if he goes, Dragon Claw or anything like that, I got the Coco immune to that, or the Scissor with Bullet Punch. So the game pretty much was in hand there. A nice 4-0 victory again for the Lincoln Lanterns. Adam, I just want to say, I consider you a really fun guy in the league. Definitely a bit of a rival, for sure. It's always a good game when we play each other, and I know it was a 4-0, but it was a really well-played game, and I was kind of sweating, working hard with all my plays and my prep, and I'm glad we were able to bring home the W, and I think next week we are playing Eisenite. I've already begun my prep just a smidgen. I got to get working on that today, but we will be ready. That's for sure. We play Friday night, I believe, so you can look forward to that game. But I think I've said all I want to say. Hope you guys enjoyed the post-com. Hope it wasn't rambling too much, but yeah, This is Marv for Team Stealth Rocks, and you guys know it's the best move in the game. All right, I'll catch you guys later.